go to cook. But I've also been lazy because of my foot, and I've been crafting, so I've got like this huge crafting mess on my kitchen table. My hair's so... Look at my earrings though, they're little lunas. My earrings are little lunas. So yeah, been a little lazy. And I thought this had thawed better than it had. But it takes y'all a minute to get in here anyway. Howdy, howdy. Yeah, let's just microwave this puppy for a second. How's everybody else doing that doesn't have a broken foot or toe? Actually, the fracture in mine is healing, and it's healing really good. So, I've been hopping around better than I have been today. It's been kind of nice because it's been kind of boring not being able to hop around right. Luna, I swear to all that is holy, go sit down. Shazza having getting into trouble if she knows I'm live on the internet. So we have to watch her behavior. Oh my gosh, we have to watch her behavior. Hi Gypsy, honey, how you doing? I have been in migraine land for 2 days. I caught bits and pieces of stuff on the internet. Had to go back and watch a Boomis thing. That's about where I've been. And it's just where my body's broke down because my foot's healing. I have to get a big pack of chicken separated out. I don't eat a whole lot of chicken because we'd rather have the grass-fed beef from Mom and Dad's, but you know, every once in a while, too much cow just too much cow. Too much cow is it gets old. It's really. Let's see. And David has been in my kitchen a lot where I've been down with my foot. But let me tell you what. He can lose something in 5 seconds that I've had somewhere for 22 years. How's he do it? Hi, Sally. It was a weird day. It was warm today, but it wasn't that warm here today. But it was a weird warm day here today too. And that honestly just makes my flipping foot hurt worse because it's like it knows it's not supposed to be that warm. And then my foot's like, hey lady. And then it'll drop 30, 40 degrees. And my foot would be like, hey lady. I'm still using my spoon wrist, Gypsy. It's my favorite thing, and I think of you every day. Put some zucchini in here. And thing about zucchini is we kind of like the rind. I think I'm losing words. I swear it's where I have not been on the internet and I have been isolated healing. I'm losing words. I've just been crocheting and losing words. It's been really weird and windy here too. David made a point to tell me about that this morning after he got back from checking his trap lines before he went to work. He keeps saying, I wish you could go with me. Well, okay, yeah, well, I'm kind of down right now with a foot that's mending. So can we wait till I can get my foot in my boot without me crying? That would be nice. Then I'll go. I ain't going till then, though. Okay, so I'm just got chicken I'm going to put some garlic. Everybody else call this garlic because it comes in a jar. I've always called it garlic because it comes in a jar. This is a brand new one. I feel special. I feel special when I get to pop the seal on a garlic. Man, it has just been, I don't know, 2026 said, here I am, let me kick you in the shins. And I just kind of want to go, well, let me kick you back. I can't catch it yet. Don't worry, I will. By golly, I will catch it. And then I will kick it in the shins. Probably a couple times for every one of us. Look at my hair. Lord, it's wild. Oh, I just got garlic everywhere. My nose. I've been working on a dream catcher. Excuse you. I've been working on a dream catcher. Don't judge me for my use of garlic. It's a necessity when you feel and this dream catcher, we've been calling it the Beast, okay? The Beast. This lady wanted a dream catcher. That's fine. I'll make you a dream catcher if you want a dream catcher. That's fine. I'm not mad about that. So I go to make it. You better be open. It's not. It's not. Apparently my husband doesn't like open anything. This is my last grocery trip before I broke my foot. And David just said, well, I'll survive on what's open. I don't open things. Men. Lona, park it. I'm sure my neighbors, when they hear me, they think I'm crazy. I got this sweet sesame teriyaki Kinder stuff, and it goes really good on what I'm fixing to make because I have rice already made, put up. Not like fried rice, like sticky rice. I have it already made and put up. And so I'm cheating, making a redneck oriental dish. Don't come at me and tell me that I'm racist. I ain't. I just think recipes should be all-inclusive, okay? You're cooking too? Well, let's just all cook together. I hate cooking. I don't mind it most times. Anyway, I'm going to ribbon cut my zucchini while my chicken cooks. And then I'm going to plop it in there. That's a real technical term. I'm going to plop it in there. Plop, plop. Anyway, this one, she wanted a dream catcher. Okay. Dried her around. Started weaving the round. Was going famously. Round broke. My frame broke. Ask me how many times my frames break. Never. So I was like, well, you know, sap's down. Maybe I was just a little too rough with it when I put it in its donut shape. That's okay. We'll try another. Tried another. Got smart about it. I did. Because this one, when I pulled it down, I wrapped it into like a pretzel. So it's got like 3 layers. 2 to 3 layers. So, ha-ha, neener, I win. I'm working on it. The next day, break my foot. Okie dokie. Working on it. The next day I worked on it after that because I had to take some time slow with my foot. Next day, take some time. I am doing some beading with a beading needle. It's almost impossible. It's almost impossible to skewer yourself with a beading needle, y'all, because they're flexible. They bend. I'm putting a bunch of beads on a needle because I'm weaving the beads on the needle through her secondary weave. Skewer my goddamn finger. I don't think this thing likes me very much. But I have had to just kind of love mom it and be like, I don't care if you hate me or not. You're my creation, and by golly, you're going to be my creation, and you're going to go out and do good in the world. So suck it up, Buttercup, and we're going to get this done. So it's been acting good the last couple days. Actually, I think we've made friends, but we lovingly refer to it as the beast because it has been a beast. It's been a beast. And I've not had a timeline because she's international, thank the Lord, because that would have gone out the window as soon as I broke my foot. I mean, that would have been whoop, gone. But it has been an unexpected journey with this thing. And then she also has enlightened Flip. Thank you. She also has enlightened me that she has, some curiosities in her life that might present. Okay, warning come a little late, but that's fine. Got it. Of course, y'all know I'm super careful when I do this anyway, so. But yeah, it's been one of them months, and it's only what, day 5, 6. I don't know if I want to do January. Can we just skip to February? Oh, and the little ladybugs, because it continuously is 65 degrees or more outside, these mother flipping ladybugs keep coming in. Go away. I thought I'd have better light in here when I got this big, gigantic light, but it's only if I stand in certain places. Oh, you haven't missed nothing. I'm just, I'm cooking heavy on the garlic chicken with some teriyaki sesame sauce. I'm going to put some, a little bit of salmon in with there, and some chickpeas and some lentils. I'm going to put some zucchini, and then I'm going to put it over some sticky rice I made yesterday and have a mock redneck oriental dinner. Y'all can take offense to that if you want to. I don't care. I don't care. So everybody's like, okay, because I'm sure y'all caught Booma's thing. I'm drinking my Melia. I have like one every 4 days. This one's needed. They burn when I drink them now because I'm not used to them, but that one's very needed. Everybody heard Booma's last live. And some stuff needed to be said because, I say stuff nice until I can't say it nice. And I hadn't been, some of the people that come in the comment section after I make these really long pleading, can we all get along, freaking, people would come in and say some really just heinous things. Just some really heinous things. My husband has spilled coffee all back there. Lovely David. No, I cleaned that up too. Don't leave your husbands unsupervised in the kitchen. If you're sick, just get up and do it anyway, because they'll make a mess. But it needed to be said because there's been a lot of crap going on. And some people come in my comment section after I'd had such really, I could be snarky, but I wasn't being mean. I could have posted his whole criminal history up there page for page for y'all to look at. Oh, still might. We'll see if the meanness has left me by tomorrow. And I hope some of y'all have looked up his bedbug dance. And every time I said he can't get a can of Raid or call an exterminator, they're like, a can of Raid will not kill a bedbug. I said get a can of Raid or call an exterminator. It's like, if you have to... Is this not open either? My husband's failing me miserably right now. If you can't, understand that, and if that's what you choose to argue, and that's the hill you're going to die on, stupid. But anyway, Because if you watch the video, which I guess they hadn't, he was also complaining about the roaches, but the landlord said he only made the paper about the bed bugs. And so every time I talked about it, I was like, well, he needs to get a can of Raid and call an exterminator. And they're like, you have to kill the bed bugs with heat. You can't kill them with Raid. Raid would be useless. Don't you know these things? That's why I said exterminator. But, so I'm in a snarky mood, so I'm going to clear a few things up for these people. Why might I be not the most adept at apartment or government housing living? Because I've always owned a home. I own acreage and a home. I've owned 2 in my life. Acreage. I owned, granted, when I was younger, I owned more acreage attached to the home, but now, you know, we still have enough acreage. We got space. I call exterminators. I pay a hefty fee to let them do their thing, so I don't have to deal with it. Now, the things you still have to deal with are the mother freaking in Tennessee stink bugs, because they're like jumbo jet airlines. They just belong wherever they want to belong. And Japanese beetles. What are those? Not Japanese beetles. Those Japanese ladybugs. What are they? Box. What are they called? Well, you know, those brown ladybugs. Box elders. Anyway. But you bet your sweet Bippy, had I had children in a mess like that, I'd have been calling 1-800 somebody give a crap and come to my house and fix this. Oh, I missed. I threw it everywhere. But that's just kind of the games they play. And I've been silently patrolling until the other day. I actually left a little wavy icon in his Telegram. You know, I was nice till I didn't want to be nice anymore. But I've been silently listening to what's been going on Telegram, and that's where I've been getting all this horrible crap. And it really is horrible. I mean, I supervised really mean people and got called lots of mean things, so it doesn't really hurt me, but they've been saying some really bad stuff. Every once in a while I go, because, you know, one I hadn't heard before. But we very quickly were seeing crossover. And I guess it's because people thought nobody would go over there and pay attention so that everybody else could go over there. And here's the thing. The one thing that I hate the most on a farm is a suck egg dog. That dog that'll come up, be nice, want you to pet it, make it think that it's protecting your family and your property, and then it loves you, and then as soon as you turn your head, it'll go and eat every egg you got to where you ain't got nothing. Takes the things you most need. I hate a suck egg dog. I'm sure y'all have heard me talk about suck egg dogs before. They are my least favorite things. And we had a few suck egg dogs. Now, I'm not going to call names out. I think that's already been done. But it was really rude. Really rude. And for anybody that's wondering, God, why have they just begged and pleaded to get on with the research and to stop this crap and stop trying to create this war? If you would spend about 10 minutes in his Telegram listening to just what he says to people, I have some of it recorded. You would be like, oh crap, this is not where anyone needs to be. Because, y'all, I supervised felons that went down the creek for like 20 years, and I wouldn't talk to them that bad. Because at the end of the day, they're a person. And I try to handle things nice. Of course, when you try to handle things nice and you talk about it politely, They're like, where in the heck did this woman come up? What does she think she's doing? Why is she talking? Because I have a mouth right here. I have a boca. I have boca y nariz. And when I see people doing stupid things repeatedly, I go, you're doing stupid things repeatedly. Sometimes they listen, sometimes they don't. It's irritating. But, you can't make everybody, you can't make everybody realize that what they're doing is not necessary, gonna harm people, and probably gonna, turn around and give them their own swift kick in the butt. And I don't like for that to happen. I don't like for there to be issues. We all could have gotten along, even when Sabrina was like, okay, I'm out. This is a little bit abusive. She still finished what she owed him and backed away. That's called integrity. And then he started on picking every part of her life apart, her children apart, her marriage apart, creating this whole big narrative storyline that people bought hook, line, and sinker. I mean, go fishing, y'all. Y'all are on his stringer. Y'all got caught big time. Look, here's my sticky rice. Do y'all save takeout containers? I do, especially for rice, because then it makes me feel like I've done something good. My mother saves Zaxby containers. My mother has an affinity for Zaxby containers. Do we have a Zaxby in our town? No. She'll drive to the next town over to go material or quilt shopping. And she'll go to Zaxby's, and then she'll say, don't throw your plate away. And I'm like, okay, Mom. But then I realized I'm turning to my mom because I keep the rice containers, and I use them at least one time. And then they turn into Luna's lunch carries. Like if I make something special, they turn into Luna's lunch. And she knows that day she's getting something special. So, I've turned into my mother. We all knew it was going to happen. If y'all have time, and then another reason I've not been like super entwined in all this is my dad just had 2 stents put in, and he's going to have a couple more operations. So I've been more worried about my daddy than y'all, because when it comes to my daddy and y'all don't count. Not to be mean, but my daddy, y'all don't count. I mean, I love y'all, but my daddy, y'all don't count. So that's what I have been dealing with. And I was so sick. I've had migraines for 2 days, and I felt like I was coming on with something. And I thought, I'm not driving down there today. I've got my mother's reading glasses. Don't ask me how I ended up with them. I don't know how they got toted home. They just ended up in my house. But I've got to take that back down there. But I'm like, I'm not taking something to him when he's still healing. And he's got to have more surgeries. And I'm not going to make him sick. This is the salmon things. This is made by those Better Foods. If you're looking at something that's going to help you manage your protein, fat, calories, and give you a little something, these Better Foods, Better Goods. Anyway, they're normally by the tuna in Walmart. These things are great. They got the healthy fats, everything, and you just eat them. They're great. Sometimes I just get a cracker and eat them straight on a cracker, but they're good mixed in a crack too. See, this is almost already done. I'm gonna put some water chestnuts in it and put some of those little, David likes those little crunchy noodles. What are they called? God, my brain is not working today. My brain is not working. But yeah, it is straight out of the Narcissist playbook. It's straight out of the abuser playbook. Because what he used to do would be like to create issues. Also, you like my overhauls? He would create issues. And he would create issues so that there were friction. Because Sabrina doesn't like friction. And so he would create those issues, so there'd be friction, so that she would cleave to him, and he could basically run her like a carousel horse. Round and round and round she goes. And then when she got smart enough to start saying no, he started amping it up and trying to feed in. And I'm sure that's probably where he was trying to do something nice and kind of feed into her world and say, oh, I'll forward this. Listen, if you forward something to me to go to Sabrina, it will get to Sabrina. Ask Sabrina. It gets there. I just put it in the next box I send to her because I send stuff to her all the time. But apparently he couldn't honor his word and make that happen. That hurt her probably more than anything because she follows her word. If she says she's going to do it, she's going to do it. And that's why even after he did what he did, she finished what she was working on because that's just who she is, bless her heart. She's the sweetest woman in the whole world. But, this whole overlord, oppressor, no, you may not. And hey, listen, jury's still out on this Corinne woman. I don't know her from Adam. What little bit I've looked into her, I have not found anything other than that Booma thing that he found. But as far as like background info that's, anything but tiddlywinks, no. But let me tell you what, they live in other areas than me. I'm not as well versed in their systems. I learned a lot when I did Interstate Compact, and I had people that fled, and I had to work with other nations. Would you go sit down? But I didn't learn everything, and I'm getting rusty where I've been out of it for a while. It takes me a little bit longer. It takes me 15, 20 minutes now instead of 5, 10, and I have to work for it. But I hadn't seen nothing on her, so beyond jury's still out on her. I don't know. I don't know if she's what my son would call an institutor. She's an institutor. I don't know. I don't have a clue. But I don't really take them too seriously. Like one got on one of David's videos the other day and was like, just leave the animals alone, man. And I was like, are you oppressing me? Are you telling me that because I'm a marginalized community, because of my native background, I can't practice my culture and you're oppressing me? You're colonizing me? You're a colonizer? And I just went crazy and I was laughing by the time I finished typing it. And guy took the bait, thought I'd be serious. And I thought, dude, you don't know me very well. I was just having fun with you. I didn't respond anymore. But these people fully believe that you must mirror them or you're not worth anything. And if you don't mirror them, then they're going to create hell. But joke's on you. I worked in hell for 20 years supervising really mean aggro offenders. Y'all are just a little irritating at best. But I certainly can identify somebody that looks like a low-level offender that can't follow a plethora of rules because his criminal history says he can't. It's just dotted with oops-a-daisy, oops-a-daisy, oops-a-daisy. Like little things that should have been 2 seconds and you could have thought better of that. Except for some of the ones that are, substance inclined. That was a bigger oops-a-daisy, okay? Hope he got out of that one and made better decisions because I don't want to see anybody go down that road. That's a bad road. Even if I don't like you, I don't want to see you go down that road. That's a bad road. But don't sit there and say, who does this woman think she is talking? I'm a freaking fat heifer from Tennessee, and I'll talk wherever I want to. And if you don't want me to talk, you might as well just come try to move this big old oak. I'm real nice till I'm not. I'm real laid back, but I can lean forward real quick. And so we've got this little thing going on where everybody is trying to be bullies. I'm not going to be a bully, but I'm not going to be bullied. And to be quite honest, unless somebody shows up my driveway, I don't really think you mean business. So I'm over it. But I will be forever now making more lists. Me and Boom are on the same page with the list. And I was going to wait and crack it open later, but he, hey, I think his timing may have been just perfect. And I'm going to keep the list of people that say one thing, go somewhere else and do another. Because the stuff that we talk about and the information we share is too important to play games with. It's too important to entertain fools. It's just too important to entertain fools. And I don't want to waste my time. With everything else that I'm trying to do, I've only got so many good hours a day, well, really minutes a day with my disorder. And I don't want to waste my time on people that don't care, or people that are going to, make a farce of something, or, obliterate a lot of work, that should be respected. I'm not going to tolerate it. I'm not going to deal with it. And for everybody that goes and watches David's videos and they're like, you're a horrible, horrible, horrible man. He don't care. He goes, I don't guess they've ever walked off pavement. No, most of them haven't, honey. It's a sad, sad thing. This is how he makes his living. This is how he was raised to be. This is his and my culture. This is what we enjoy doing. This is something we want to salvage for the younger generations. And it's something that, because we live in the booties, we terribly still need to be doing for the land, because the population of the animals, the predators. If you know that piece of land he's been trying to work with the TWRA on for, 4 years now, is finally showing signs of life, new growth, new honeybee colonies, new birds. Because the nest predators are getting back in balance. And it's amazing how you go down there now, it's life. It's life again. Instead of just dull gray all year round, you see life happening again. It's amazing. It's amazing. People don't know that land requires this. People don't know that nature doesn't take care of itself. It doesn't. Nature don't give a. Nature's not a very nice word. And yeah, it has to be helped along. And when the bees started coming back, we knew we were at a healthier point. And I don't think I'd ever seen a grown man do a happy dance so fast in all my born days. And every winter, these otter, they follow the river into there. And otter, they're not sea otters. They're not cute. And somebody told me that, don't kill the sea lions. Bless your heart. And then she tried to tell me something about the sea lions. Thank you for trying to tell me something about the sea lions. I did read and learn something about the sea lions, but those are not sea lions. They're not lions at all. They're otter, and they're not sea otters. They're river otters, which basically means they're pit bulls that swim in the rivers. They're hateful. They're mean. They got jaws on them for crushing mussels and shells and everything else, and they have attacked swimmers in the Big South Fork. Yep, sent like 3 kids to Erlanger. Almost killed one of them. Mom and Dad hadn't jumped in to save him because they was just going to go swim in the swimming hole. Didn't know that a pack of otters that had moved in and was living in a den on the bank, you can't see it. If you don't know what you're looking for, you can't see it. Told their kids to go ahead, go swimming. Those kids almost got killed because an otter is about 3-4 feet long. And their jaws are built like pit bulls. I don't have a skull right now because otter skulls sell really, really quickly, but I will soon because David got 2 the other day. So when he gets them clean, I'll show you how they're made, because the muscle here is so much muscle here. You can just look at their skull and you're like, holy crap, they pack that much muscle. Yes, that's why their skulls are made funny. But I can't teach you everything. And when people stop reading Nat Geo, even the little boys is just looking for the little titty pics, when people stopped reading National Geographic, we lost a lot of information in the world. But y'all, you gotta hang on for more than one video and see how I live. It is 110. It's just nothing probably you've ever experienced. 9 times out of 10, what I do is nothing you understand. A lot of times when I weave my dream catchers, I do a thing called hand tatting with a shuttle with a little bobbin in it. It used to be made out of bone. I broke my bone one, so I ordered a plastic one. We're going to see how plastic fares. It looks like a little boat. Looks like a little You wound the stuff around the bobbin, put the bobbin in there and pull it out. You tie it, and your different knots, you go over, under, over. You can do different knots like crochet, but you're doing it with a little bitty shuttle like this. I use those to make my dream catchers, and I do those to add some of the intricate stitch work. Something that people haven't done in hundreds and hundreds of years, I'd say. Very few people do this. Try to look up hand tatting on YouTube and see how many people you find that actually do it with one of them little tiny shuttles. I live a different life, and your ignorance of it does not make me feel bad. And then when people say, well, they don't like you, did you hear what they said about you? I don't care. And I don't want you to care either, because that is what they see. That's their vision of me. It's not who I am. I know who I am. That's their vision of me. And their vision of me is, it's at a great loss for wisdom and intellect, because they haven't taken any time to try to understand me as an individual, a person, a culture. So that's just their vision of me, and it's flawed. And I just don't care. I don't care. That's why I don't really get irritated. But I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. But listen, here's the thing. I will say that while I'm kind and sweet, and I love our community, and I want to keep it, I want to keep our community the way we've got it. We're good people. We love each other. We work hard to be good to each other. And we come here and we care about each other. We spend time with each other. We know about each other's families and what's going on. And we genuinely hurt when other people hurt. And that's such a necessary thing to bond and have that in your life. If you don't have it in real life, this is a great secondary option. It's not a good primary, but it's a good secondary option. And we need that. But if all you're going to do is come here and bring a big stick and stir up shit, there will come a moment when I will make you lick the spoon. And it won't be fun. And I won't enjoy it either. But I'll make a show of it, because I don't want to be put in that position. It's like when people decided they was going to screw up and I was going to have to write a warrant. I didn't want to write that warrant, but I wrote a dadgum good warrant that was locked tight, and they went to prison. If I was going to have to do it, I was going to do it well. I don't want to have to police y'all. Y'all are adults. But we have some people in here that are not acting like adults. So as we steer on out to suck egg dogs, please be patient, because we're going to be looking a little. We're probably going to be less on the communication and more on the reviewing stuff. We're going to be taking notes, and we're going to be seeing where people's traveling, what they're saying, because the thing is really arrogant people aren't even smart enough to disguise themselves when they go say something stupid somewhere else. They just think, oh, this is fun and I'm going to hurt somebody. They don't think that in the end it's going to come around and it's going to hurt them. So if I can stop that to where you don't get to go try to hurt anybody and it doesn't come back and hurt you, we just stop that completely, we'll stop it. So we're going to be paying attention about who's going where, who's doing what. I want my good subgroup back. We were a family. We were a great family. We cared about each other. We knew each other's problems. We knew what was going on. And we have let one little, maybe 160-pound piece of shit ruin a community, because everybody's like, don't hurt his feelings. I got 5 of them. They fly, and none of them care for his feelings. He's a grown man. He is making a living off of following intelligent people, leaving his calling cards so people come to him. And like I said, he copies and pastes. Hey, if you're good at that and you're making a living at it, you go, boy. But the moment you start lying to people, or the moment you start slandering people, or you become a liable issue because of your behavior, it's going to make us have to change the dynamic in our group. And I don't really want to, but I really don't like suck egg dogs. Really don't. Hey, I feel ya. Like, y'all don't know how much I have bonded with so many of y'all. A lot of y'all can reach me almost at any time, day or night. And if I'm well, I respond. And I don't want to lose that. But at the same time, right now, because of this little shenanigans he's got going on, it's taking my time to research and follow, tag, plot the map, see who's going with them, and it's taking all my energy to do that, to make sure that my channel is not going to become somewhere that people can continue his behavior and find another way to use my friend. Because I don't want her going through this anymore. So that's what I have to do. My foot's healing really good. The doctor's actually really, really, really impressed with how well I'm healing. Of course, I haven't hit a lick basically since I broke it, so it's doing really well. The break was actually more of just a very crooked fracture, so the way it broke is it gave it good grip to start to grow back together. So yay for me, I did something good. So I'm doing good. I'm walking a lot better. I still bobble, steps down, step ups. They hurt, but I'm doing pretty good. I have limited time up. Like, I'm leaning really hard right now because my time's about over. But I want to get back to where we were. But there's I'm for y'all that like my nice, sweet, congenial nature. There's gonna be times that I'm not gonna be able to be nice and sweet, especially when I see people in the chat that I know are here to get sound clips or to create havoc. And I hate this, but this is the human realm. It's what humans do. Humans that don't know how to love and don't know how to love themselves. This is what they do. Because if they can't love themselves, then all they can get is an authority thing. If they respect me, then they love me. No, son, no, that ain't right. But he really does kind of follow an abuser complex to where he starts to manipulate. And because he knows he can't really bother me, he will then go after people that I truly care about in my subgroup. And I don't want anybody to go through that. So I'm going to have to be a little bit of let's just say I'm going to channel my father. Channel my father. And I'm going to have to say some things that y'all may not want to hear, but it's going to have to be said so that, we can get this channel back to where it needs to be and make sure that certain people know that the welcome wagon is not rode out for them. And it's sad to say that, because a month ago, anybody could have come here. Anybody would have been embraced. I never really have cared for him, but I've not been mean to him just because he didn't jive with me emotionally. Like, I just didn't care for him, but I never have been mean to him. But just the things that he's saying, he's like, where does this girl come out? Where did she come from? I am an enigma, sir, because I don't have a record. If you wanted to be an enigma, you shouldn't have had a record. Okay. There's not a whole lot to know about me because I didn't put myself on the internet until I knew it was safe to. So I was old by the time that happened. So, I don't even have a freaking parking ticket. So, but we are going to be bombed, and we're going to have some narcissists roll through, and we're going to have some people that, are going to say, pick your leader. And it's almost like, bow to the new Lord, and I'm just going to be like, block, because that's not why you're here. I want you to come here of your own free will, get what you want to get, leave what you don't want to take, have fun, see a friend. I don't want you to feel this animosity. I don't want his people to come over here and create that animosity. So give me a few weeks to cull the herd. That sounded really bad. Give me a few weeks to sort the herd, and it should get better. I try to do everything as politely as possible. But I'm just warning you with some of the tactics he's been using lately. There may be a day that I come on here and I'm not as polite as possible, and I will go ahead and apologize, because once the trigger is flipped, it will come out. And I hope I can give y'all 2-second warning, but there's been a lot going on, and a lot I don't appreciate. But honestly, for me, I could care less. I mean, my God, I've been called everything but a white girl. And literally, if it's creative, I'll give you an A for effort and I'll laugh at it. But when you're using people to malign them against somebody who was your cash cow, who no longer is coming up to be milked, and so you're gonna go after the whole herd. Yeah, I'm just not there for that, man. Not there for that. Maybe you need to go to auction and get you another cow. Make sure you get a cow, not a heifer, because heifers don't make milk until they've had babies. And don't get a steer, because that's a bull that has had a trim. Just thought he might need some help there. Just trying to help. So, but that's where we are, and it's not us, and I don't enjoy it, and so I'm having to do more work like that, and it's eating up my time. And I'd really rather be crocheting. I'm working on another blanket, and literally I might have about that much of it done, because the stitch is a thinker, and I'm like, this man is taking my crochet time away from me. I'm getting a little bit irritated. So I think as soon as I can walk, I'm going to go out with Dave to the trap line. And when he runs the traps that he can really drive really close to, because the water sets I can't hobble. I can't walk that well. The uneven ground. Nope, I can't do it. Not even on a good day. Can't do it. But when he goes and he does like the coyote sets and some of the snares and some of the coon cuffs, then I'll go with him and I'll get out and touch ground and feel like me again and get it out of my system. But until then, I'm going to be a little snarky, and that's okay. I mostly tongue lash, but hey, if y'all want to know how quick I can go from peaceful to not peaceful, ask Sabrina when she was here last time, and those one neighbors I had did something super highly inappropriate and then sassed me. And you ask her what? Ask her how I responded. I think I scared her husband. I'm sorry, Firewall. I didn't mean to scare you. And I was like, I'm fixing to have to call law. You're going to have to get. He's like, but we don't leave you alone. I'm fine. And I had to call the law. They moved. That one boy, after that house burnt, he was trying to live in a tent over there and hire God on. Okay, if you put meth in your system, which has got normally like brake fluid, or they make it out of human pee now. That tells me we got a problem anyway. But then when you both get high and you have a domestic about who's going to use what rock as a pillow, and I can hear it on my side of the acreage, I'm going to tell you, shut up. And if you say you're going to climb the fence, I'm going to say, by God, climb it. Because if you do meth, you weigh about 102 pounds. Guess what? I don't. Oh, that made me so mad. But he scared Sabrina, because Sabrina, she doesn't do well with, from what she's been through, she doesn't do well with that. And so I took control of the situation very quickly, and he got in his vehicle and fled. The cops did come, and they had to find him later. He wasn't even supposed to be there. He was on the property illegally. He got trespassed because of it. But he thought he was going to start some crap. And I was just in one of my do it moods. Yeah, I have those days. Y'all have them. I tell you, some days I'm not conducive to the internet. I know this. Lots of days I just don't come on here because I know I'm not conducive to the internet. But yeah, I think I scared Firewall. I felt kind of bad, but I was like, I didn't mean to scare you off. And he's like, no. He's like, we wouldn't have left if we hadn't thought you had everything under control. And he's like, you obviously had everything under control. I was like, yeah. So, but y'all know those neighbors were a trial. My new neighbors are great. They're building their house. They got their roof on. They're sweet as they can be. We're having solar wars lights. She loves solar lights solar lights wars. Yeah, she loves solar lights as much as I do. So she'll buy some, then I'll buy some, and then we'll trade some out. Anyway, we're gonna be able to land a 747 here this summer. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be awesome. So. My neighbor situation has improved so much. Maybe I should have snapped a long time ago. Who knows? It was a good snap. Anyway, that's where we are. I just want to talk to you a little bit. I'm going to have to go sit down now because my foot hurts. And I've got to feed the dog. And I need to plate this up and add a few more things for David. So I know it's been so nice having good neighbors. I mean, oh my gosh, it's just like, yay. Even the animals, the deer and everything, they're coming back around. Like the stuff that fled. We'd only have coyotes run through and bears come through every once in a while. But now, deer, foxes, they're coming through. Turkeys. God, there was a flock of 30 turkeys come through the other day. I sat there and just watched them all across the road, and I was like, golly bum. I thought, there's dinner. But it's amazing how the land feels your energy. And now since those neighbors are gone, it's like, whew, it's such a nice place here now. Okay, here David coming in the door. I'm going to let y'all go. Have a wonderful evening. And we'll do a craft maybe tomorrow if I can stay up on my toe a little bit more. That's what the plan is. Say hi, Dave.
Hi.
That's about all you get from him.
I'm a weird talk.
Bye, guys.